Rotations. It happens so often with women, and this video is dedicated to how women have rotations. And sometimes it might just be two guys, might be three, and y'all might know something like monkey branching happens that still continues to keep a rotation going on. However, we are not going to be covering monkey branching today. We're also not going to be covering roster, but I will mention how a rotation does have a roster list. Roster is still a little bit more different and a bit more complicated because she kind of has to build a guy, and the roster is normally based off of putting guys in positions and guys holding their spots for certain things that she has expectations of or requirements. So that's a different topic. However, rotations, what do y'all know about rotations? Have you ever been with a woman that put you in a rotation and you knew, or more commonly, you might not know because she's not gonna tell you that she is having you in a rotation? Before I continue on, give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment your stories, what has been going on with you and females. I know some of y'all are just fed up, tired, y'all don't even try no more, but you can still comment an old story or even where you're at, your progress. Encourage some fellas out there, and we even get to check your story out. Leave it down below, part 2s. Let me know in the comment section as well with your questions. So let's get more into this topic of rotations. A rotation, for all my visionaries and people that are going to be trying to kind of put a picture to it, an image to it, let's look at it like this. A rotisserie chicken, right? It's so funny because that's the first thing that came to my mind. But a rotisserie, yeah, it's a little tongue twister. But you know the chicken that is on the rotisserie? You get my point. So as it's rotating in circles, think about she has the control of that, right? So it's gonna be that chicken, it's gonna be on that, let's just say, stick or pole, or let's call it the metal bar. Yeah, that's a better term. So the metal bar is what's holding it. You have to view her as the metal bar. So she's the one that's actually in control of her rotation, except when a guy decides to cut her off, when a guy gives her an ultimatum and she's taking him serious. And remember, this could be you sometimes, right? If you want the woman bad enough, and let's even say you guys had like a little thing going on or on and off, and now it's time to take things serious. Maybe at that point it's either you take things serious, you get committed, or it's a wrap. However, you still don't want to get caught up on, is she like mistreating me, misleading me, deceiving me? Because if you end up having that happening with her and you want this and you're giving her ultimatum, she can end up lying. That's a whole nother story. But if she does try to convince you, oh, don't worry, you're not the only one on my rotation, and yet she's gonna go see Tyrone and Chad, and then you're a Tyrone as well, or you're a Chad, then what's going to happen is you're just going to turn into the one that's on her roster, which, again, more details in a different video. That's why I say let me know the topics, because I can't cover everything in one video. Y'all know my videos are about 10 minutes. And also, if you want part 2s, because I will always bring videos back up to expand and explain more. So to just backtrack, you definitely want it to be that she gets a sense of, okay, I have to be this way with him or he's going to be out the picture. This is why I always say that you don't have to be trying to force with words and verbally saying like, hey, I'm going to leave you down. Like, it's a whole different story when you're communicating or you're expressing like, hey, like, this is just not gonna work. But you never want to come off as desperate or trying to save the relationship, save the thing, and for a lot of y'all, save her. That should not be the case. And before I continue on, for more exclusive content where I dive into more details, things that I definitely cannot be talking about on here, you could definitely catch up on it. I have a whole lot of videos, a whole lot of stuff already out, but I'm always going to be dropping. So if you go on Patreon or you become a YouTube member, you can catch up on those things and stay up to date with everything else to come only on there. So that's it for that part, but don't forget those links, because we still have consultations. We can talk about anything and all the other services and all the other things that y'all want help with. My masterclass, y'all get it, y'all hear me say it a lot, so just to remind y'all, those links are always there if you want to check it out. So this idea of the whole rotation, I feel like it's also happening because a lot of times women view as in like, well, I could be having a rotation because this guy can do this and that. That starts becoming a huge roster list, because if you think about a rotation, when I was saying the chicken is rotating and she's in control, the chicken's going in circles and circles, right? But she's the one that's turning it, or she has power over the whole, let's say, machine, because also the chicken's gonna stay hot. That's besides the point. But as that's happening, she's gonna go ahead and decide if she wants to put a new chicken on there. If she's gonna say that, oh, this chicken is not big enough, she could replace it. She can also say that, you know what, this is too hot, I gotta turn down the temperature some way, or I gotta turn it off now so it's not getting any more hotter. And I'm saying this as in like, it's all gonna be your perception. Because if you even think about like, she wants to turn down the temperature, think about it like she has a rotation that's getting out of hand, or she has somebody in her rotation that she just can't trust that much, she's gonna start spending less time with him. That's where also roster comes into play, because you could go up in the charts, you can go up in the rankings, y'all. Again, I would love to keep going into roster, but I don't want to be too all over the place. I do want to mention this though. The roster list does go off of rankings, because normally a number one, the top guy, top tier, is often the best suitable guy. He probably has maybe what the roster list of 2 and 3, number 2 and 3 have, maybe all the way down to 5, especially if she got a longer roster. That number one covers most of the things, or he covers one big major thing that she's prioritizing. However, rotation, she has to switch, she has to shift. So back to that chicken analogy, if let's say things are getting too complicated, it's getting too hot for her because like her temperature is just rising with when it comes to this guy, he stresses her out. Guess what? She's gonna replace it. Next guy that's gonna be on the rotation. Another way, and this is how I'll wrap up the video, just think about the chicken having different sides. You could be on one side, you can be the leg, somebody can be the thigh. The thigh would be a lot of the body, so that could be number one. I know I'm going deep into this analogy, but I hope you're getting that a rotation is literally different options out there, different men that she has. She's aware of them. She rotates them around to the relevant time that she needs them for, or she indulges. So if she's a breast guy or a breast woman, and then she wants to go ahead and explore, be with, let's say, the number one, because the number one is the chicken breast, then she's gonna go ahead and do that. If it's the chicken leg, then she's gonna go ahead and have a little piece, right? So it's all coming down to what part do you play on that chicken. And if she wants to get rid of her chicken completely, she's over the roster, she's over the rotation that she has, she's over going to this guy, then that guy, going from this guy to that, a little bit of monkey branching, as I said, then what you'll just see is that she gets a whole new set. It's like going to a new city, letting go of every guy that she talked to in the old city, or letting go of the guys that she started talking to when she met at this specific event or this specific place. All right, so I hope that gives you a good, clear idea. I like my analogy. However, if you guys didn't catch on, just understand that, again, as I explained through the video, rotation is just going to be going from men and having different cycles going on and rotating them around and around. This person's turn, that person's turn. Alright, I will definitely break it down more in a different video. We'll leave it at this today. I hope this was helpful. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed with your post notification on. And do not forget to check out all the exclusive content and the links that I do have down below. That's it. Bye, y'all.
Or if there's other stuff that you have going on, it could be about anything, self-improvement, back to dating. Consultations are available for that. Book your consultation. Let's get on the line and talk about what's going on with you. Click that link after this video.
Sleep affirmations so you could become that powerful man, and it is recorded in my voice, and I give you the strongest affirmations to overall become that man and subconsciously become powerful. So let's get into these books. You could attract women you want and get her to miss you, along with secrets to winning her over, and it tells you about cold approaching. It tells you my personal stories, and if you're trying to up your game in the dating game, these books are going to be perfect for that, and you could get it all in a bundle deal. Make sure you click the link down below. Self-improving in the process. This is so serious. This is why I have a whole no contact guide and journal available. Y'all could go ahead and purchase it. If you need somewhere to start off, then you need all the breakdowns, all the insight, the information, and I have structure in there, help you, prompts, things that will tell you you got this, but it'll give you also reasons why. And I have stories in there that tells you why no contact has worked for people, all types of stuff. It's so detailed, y'all. That's how much information I made sure to put in there. Step up no contact, or if you need somewhere to start and you need something to help you, this is like me guiding you as you go through no contact. That's how I customized it for y'all. So you can check that out by clicking the link down below. See what you could do with no contact, how far you could do it. Just learn everything, have the guidance, and accountability partner. Although I'm not actually there, you'll feel that sense from this journal and guide.